Tonight, the White House releasing this dramatic video of the U.S. blowing up a boat in the southern Caribbean. President Trump says it was carrying drugs from Venezuela and that the strike killed 11 members of the notorious gang Tren de Aragua, or TDA.
We have a lot of drugs pouring into our country, coming in for a long time. And these came out of Venezuela. We took it out.
Last month, the Pentagon deployed 3 guided missile destroyers to international waters near Venezuela after President Trump designated several drug cartels, as well as TDA, foreign terrorist organizations. The U.S. did pull off a large-scale prisoner swap with Venezuela this summer. Now tensions with Venezuelan leader Nicolás Maduro are rapidly escalating.
The Maduro regime is not the legitimate government of Venezuela. It is a narco-terror cartel.
Tonight, the president saying no U.S. forces were hurt in the strike. Maduro has claimed that the U.S. military buildup in the Caribbean is aimed at overthrowing his government, and he's deployed troops along his borders. Tonight, a senior White House official is downplaying any possibility of the U.S. invading Venezuela, but says the president will use any means necessary to tackle drug cartels.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Hey, what's going on, family? It's Tyler for No Picks Podcast.
What's up, family? Joe, No Picks Podcast.
All right, Joe, thoughts on, the American government bombing the alleged Venezuelan gang bringing drugs into the U.S.?
Yeah. Idea of Trump dropping bombs on drug cartel members is wild, bro. And the thing is, I'm not even against it. It's just I would never imagine being like, yo, Trump is dropping bombs on drug cartel members. It's pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie. If that's truly what happened, I think that's I think that's gangster, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's my first thought. If that's what actually happened, I think that's gangster. And if it helps curb the drug problem we have in our country at all, I'm all for it. I do want to fight. I don't know, bro. I'm just, when I saw the boat blow up, I was like, yo, what the hell, bro? We're gonna unpack that, but my first thought is I thought if it's true, it's pretty badass. That's what I thought. What do you think about the drop? Because
I mean, it's hard to feel sympathy for drug smugglers bringing drugs into the U.S. It's hard to feel sympathy on that. I mean, they're not American citizens, right? They're coming here on a boat illegally, obviously. And it's isn't it your duty to kind of protect your shores? Isn't it like your duty to protect, foreign aggressive powers coming into your country? Isn't that kind of like a given? Isn't that what you were kind of tasked to do as a government? Right? Because it's not like you and I can prevent people from coming on our shores. The government has to do that. Yeah. So the government did it. I mean, I guess you could argue that they did it in an excessive way, but what did you want them to do? Right? Did you want DAA agents to be in a shootout with these motherfuckers? Because obviously they were going to probably be in a shootout because these dudes don't want to go to jail. Yeah. They got what they got. They got 1,000 pounds of Venezuelan bam bam, and you know what I mean? They gonna crash out probably, right? So I don't know, but I'm not gonna lie, it does kind of rub me the wrong way to just straight up bomb a motherfucker. I get why they did it. Don't get me wrong, but it's it does leave a sour taste in my mouth. That
was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy,
and the accuracy is crazy too. How you just bomb them like that?
Yeah. So. I mean, so the war on drugs has been here for a while, right? I think did Reagan did that launch under Reagan or was it before Reagan? Started with Reagan, right? Because that's when we started cracking down, going down on the crack epidemic and all that other stuff. We were trying to do the war on drugs. And my thing is just like the war on terror. So now drug cartels are terrorists. So now you can say that war on drugs is now a war on terrorism, right? Here's my issue with the war on terrorism. How do you defeat terrorism? It's a war that never ends. So when you declare war on terrorism, what you're saying is we're just going to be at war indefinitely because you can't defeat it. You know what I mean? You can keep trying to combat it, but it's a war that will never end, bro, because that terrorism is going to change cartels, change radical groups. It's going to change its face. It's going to, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's always going to be some form of terrorism in the world. So I just feel like it just, for me, it sounds like a war that just never ends. And it's a costly war as well. So it's like, how do you win the war on drugs, bro? Like, I don't know. I just feel like that's not a war that we can really win. But and I don't know if dropping bombs on cartel members is gonna. I feel like it's gonna be a drop in a bucket in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, it's something though.
If you think about it, it's like if I'm the next cartel boy coming in, I'm like, I'm not trying to do that shit.
Oh yeah, I'm not. Nah, you ain't gonna pay me anything to smuggle some stuff across the ocean right now and get a bomb dropped on me. Like, no, I would be like, nah.
Bro, I've never heard this before in my 37 years in existence. Like, I've never even heard of a story like this. So maybe you have, I don't know, but like, yo,
nah, bro, I haven't seen it.
Wait until Trump get out of office, bro. Because they're bombing motherfuckers. Like, they're bombing you for trying to come across there. Like, you should probably listen. All the drug smugglers in Venezuela, Colombia, or wherever you bringing drugs to, wait 3.5 years, bro, because this dude ain't playing with y'all right now. Like, y'all gotta chill, because y'all profits gonna see record lows for 3 years, but it'll shoot back up, I'm sure. Like,
yeah. This is such an interesting story, bro. And granted, I know the focus is on the bomb being dropped on 11 people, but like they were also saying in that news clip that the Maduro government in Venezuela was a narco government. That I'm just like, that's a pretty big claim to say that the current government in Venezuela is supporting narcotics and trafficking and funneling and somehow just supporting the drug war or whatever. That's a big claim. So I don't know if that's the case, but also I'm not into like invading countries and overthrowing governments. And I don't know if that's what they were hinting towards, even though they said government officials were downplaying that. But like, I don't know. I didn't want to just gloss over that because that's huge. And we have a history of like going into countries in Latin America and supporting coups and supporting fast. What I mean? Like, we have a history of doing that. So I would hate to see us go into Venezuela and topple that government. Like, that'd be crazy. I don't even know if we're anywhere near that, but I just thought that part of the clip was interesting.
Right. And if that was the case, like if that was the case, if Venezuelan migrants start coming to the U.S. more and more, that's a problem that we willingly brought on ourselves because we took over, we destroyed their government.
Well,
so that's an issue that, you know what I mean? You can't even bitch and complain at that point if you're the U.S. government and Venezuelan migrants are, well, they're coming through anyway. But they were before. I don't know if you people, they had like record lows as far as crossing the border because they either not coming or they stopping them at the border. But if that's a situation where if the U.S. government did do that, and the Venezuelan migrants started coming to the U.S. after that, it's like this is a clear cause and effect kind of situation. Like, you caused this by overthrowing their government. Even if their government was shitty, let their people deal with it. That's not our problem.
Yeah, no, that's true. True that. All right, so I got a question for you, Tyson. We're talking about the war on drugs, right? And this is an interesting clip. Because we're talking about how do we win the war on drugs, or how do we make some headway, right? Because if you I'm in Philly, I'm not in this area, but I know my mother lives in the area, the Badlands, Kensington, the fentanyl is hitting it hard. Like, growing up, I remember when they were still doing heroin, and then they went to the trank, and now they're doing fentanyl, and it's like it's so much stronger than the stuff they used to take when I was growing up, right? So the drug stuff is real, bro. Like the opioid epidemic in our country, like, how do we combat that? So I think, what do you think about legalizing all drugs?
I'm not gonna lie with you, bro.
Just make it all legal.
I think
legalize it and tax it, right? You would remove the black market. You would remove the underground market. Maybe you could reduce all this cartel war and all that going on and just tax it. Because
I hate saying that because I feel super liberal saying that. Like, I feel like, but I don't think laws against these drugs are preventing people from doing the drugs.
Exactly. Or selling it or getting access to it. It's not changing our circumstance. The drugs are still getting in. The cartels still have the power and their influence. They're still trafficking drugs in. So like, what if we just legalize it? and you know what I mean, and just tax it, like, because people will be like, oh, well, then people, if you legalize it, it's not going to make people just start doing more drugs. No. And if you do, then you're a dumbass. Like, just because heroin's legal, I'm not going to be like, yo, it's legal, I'm about to go try it. You're a dumbass, right? I don't think people work that way. There's people who are already taking it are going to continue taking it, but now it's legal, you can tax it. I just think that would solve a lot of problems. I don't know why, bro, but I really feel like it would.
But the funny thing about that is, Joe, we talked about this before. If you do that, there's a lot of drug dealers that are going to be out of business, bro. I would imagine legalizing weed put mad motherfuckers out of business.
We already have that, though.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, if you're a person that could buy weed legally, right? You go to the store or whatever, you don't have to deal with the awkwardness of being with a drug dealer, of going to a drug dealer or whatever, and being all like, you know, like I don't know what the experience is, right? But like, I would imagine that, like, it's not a pleasant feeling to feel like a regular, average, working, everyday American, right? Wouldn't you rather just go to the store and be like, here's the thing, here's the price, even if you have to pay more for it? But like, you know, I remember watching Pineapple Express, and he was like, you know, the drug dealers act like they're your friend. They're not your friend.
That's my movie. I love that movie.
They try to make small talk because they're trying to build rapport so you come back and buy more drugs, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, we're not friends, right? But it's like, so what, you want to just alleviate all that? Like, when you and I go to Burger King, we buy a Whopper. They don't pretend to be our friend,
right?
We just be like, give me the Whopper, I'll give you this $1,400 and then leave, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just me thinking.
Like, listen, I legalize all of it, right? If you pay me $30-$35 an hour, I'll sell heroin. I'll sell some fentanyl. Just prop up a store, hire me. I'll be there. Whoever comes in, I won't even judge you. Oh, what you want, bro? You want one of those? All right, here you go. And just give it to them and be on about your day. Right. And that's it. You pay me, I'll sell it. And I won't. And for me, it's like, I wouldn't even feel like bad about it, because I'm like, listen, you don't have to buy this. You don't have to be here buying these drugs. You came here of your own volition. You want drugs? Here you go, sir. Here you go, man. Have a nice day. Hope your baby's okay. Hope that child you came in with is okay. Like, listen, I don't care, bro. I'm just doing my job. You see what I'm saying? Like, I would have no qualms about selling some fentanyl. Like, I would sell it if you give me bread. I don't care, bro.
Your choice.
You know what I mean? All right, so we went on a tangent. I'm sorry, but I was curious to see how you felt about, like, just legalizing all drugs. So, and what that could mean for society and just like the black market. Right. You know, and I still think people, like, for weed, I still feel like the weed, some of the dispensaries are like hella expensive. And I think that if people can get it cheaper in the streets, they're still going to go to the streets. So it would also force people to kind of be kind of competitive with their pricing, because it's like, bro, I'm not going to pay $50 for an eighth when I got a plug who can give it to me for $25 or $30. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You know. Right. Anyway, all right. Not that I know anything about that. I'm just saying.
If you do dispensary, you like, okay, you can go to your plug for $25, but that shit might have some extra shit in there. Like I told you, like, I don't know if I said, but on the pod once, it was like, I had a friend of mine, one of my best friends growing up.
Yeah.
And he was selling weed. I used to hang out with him all the time. And when he was bagging his shit up, he would spray Raid in his bags. Like,
that's wild.
Spray Raid into his bags.
That's
he
not
was like,
cool, bro.
He felt like people would get higher from it, and he was like, okay, cool. So in his head, it was a good thing. So it's like, I guess with the chemicals, he sprayed a Raid in the little baggie, seal it up. And I guess in his head, it was like it would absorb into the weed, and when he smoke his weed, you get more high. And it was Raid roach spray in the baggie.
Yeah, that's rough.
And you buy it on the street, you never know what you're getting.
That's true. That's why you just can't buy it anywhere. You know, I don't know, bro. Like, that's the same thing for me. Like, people who go to like functions, and someone would like spark up, and then everyone would just start smoking the same Dutch, and I'm like, bro, you don't know half the people you're smoking with right now. Right. He probably got herpes. She probably got HPV. You don't know what's in that's going around, and people are so trusting of strangers. And I'm like, I never understood. Like, if I don't know you can't hit my Dutch, and you know what I mean? Like, just hypothetically speaking, and I'm not smoking, I'm not hitting you. I don't know, bro. People are too trusting. Like, so anyway, we went on a tangent, bro. I apologize,
But yeah, no, I feel you. I think illegal. I agree with Joe. Joe and I don't agree on this stuff a lot. This is super liberal. I understand that, but I think that you will. I think it will weed out a lot of problems if you just made it legal. That's just my opinion.
Open it up to the family.
Open it up, yeah. So listen, let us know what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe, and until next time.
Until next time.